Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you get from this solid border for your button to one with a gradient. As you probably already know, there is no API in CSS that allows you to have gradients for your borders. However, we know that there is one for having background gradients. Like in this example, we have this background white, which we could easily change to gradient to top, and we could say from black to like red 500, and we have our gradient. So using this knowledge, we are now going to create a gradient border. How are we going to do this? Basically, what we will do is we will create a pseudo element in this button and make sure that that gets a gradient background, and then basically just clip out the inner parts and make it look like a gradient border. How does that work? First of all, let's start with our pseudo element. So in this case, I'm just going to use before. I will make this for now just background red 600 or something. I will also make sure that it's absolutely positioned. Absolutely positioned. I will make sure that it's straight to the corners, and I will make sure that, what else do I need here? I think we are good for now. Oh, I will possibly also make sure that it is basically a few pixels away from, we've got border 2 here, so let's do 2 pixels to the negative. And we also need to make sure that we have the same rounded corner as the original button. So now we have created this, but now it's sitting on top, which is not ideal. So if we now say before, give it a negative Z index, let's say -10 for now. Now we've got our background, which we wanted to have, and it's now under this button, and we can't see it because there is a white background here. So if I remove this, you could see now we have what we want, somewhat. But we will keep this background, but instead what we will do is we will remove this color here, make this transparent. And suddenly parts of this background red 600 shine through this. This is basically everything we need, because now if we go ahead and say, instead of a solid background, we want this to be a BG gradient. Let's say gradient to bottom, and then we say BG before, and then we say from red 200, and now you can already see how this is turning into a gradient, right? Now we have two, let's say purple 600, and we have our gradient button. The cool thing is here, because this is basically just a background, right? We could go ahead and say, for example, for hover, we remove the white background, make it transparent, and now we've got our animation even here. And if we properly change the colors to hover text white, this is actually a really nice looking gradient, and with a gradient border. And the good thing is we can keep on exploring this. We could say top right, we could say something like bottom left, and we could even say before, and then how is it called? Is it stop? No, let me have a look at the Tailwind CSS. Gradient color stops. There we go. So, wire. So if we, for example, set now, let me do this to bottom, and we set wire red 700, we have now a third color. To make it more explicit, let's say black. And now we have a color combination with 3 different colors. All of this is done in pure CSS, and if you use Tailwind CSS, it's without any specific config. It's out of the box and gives us everything we need. I hope this video was useful to you. It's a short one this week, but since I was using this for one of my projects, I thought I would be sharing this with you. Thanks, and see you in the next video.